Welcome to DevCast number 1. My name is Bardaki, and the game we're looking at is called The Unwanted War, which is a real-time strategy game set throughout human history. You can play in several different eras of history with all different factions per era, because, why not? Today we're gonna take a look at the game has already been in, 3.5 years of development? And there is a lot of content in it. There is a lovely little exhibition scene, and as you can see, there is a chat. This is being streamed live on Twitch. In the exhibition scene, we can click through all different eras of history, and you can see that things are still in progress, as it shall be. In the past week, I need to remove that. In the past week, there has been a lot of progress. Well, past 2 weeks, to be honest. I have been working on a lot of fixes. I'm gonna jump quickly into here. Can get a bit spoiled here. There were several tanks, specifically the Mark V for the English in the World War II era, World War I era, excuse me. That had issues with the cannons being misaligned, and thusly they weren't firing at all. And it turned out that this wasn't the only tank doing that, so I went through all that, which was rather fun. A new addition, a relatively recent addition to everything, has been the cannons in the Napoleonic era, and I can showcase these live because this is actually currently working at the moment. Mind you, much of this is in a development state, so I can just spawn a cannon, and if it decides to fire, it'll fire. So that has been working now for all the factions, well, except the pirates. Why would pirates have a cannon on wheels? Doesn't make sense. So they're not getting that. That's how it'll be. So, nice bit of VFX for that to go alongside a bit of sound. In addition to vehicles that doesn't apply to this cannon specifically, but turreted vehicles now actually turn their turrets properly. That has been bugging me for several months now. If I jump into this setting specifically, just gonna go through that really quick. And because as things go in development, they get to have cheats. So I will literally cheat some resources and pass the building so I can showcase that. Because we need this. So I'm just cheating in some resources and instant building, and this should have updated. What am I missing? Resource, the answer. So tanks now will turn when none of their weapons, well, they're supposed to turn. Okay, apparently this is still needs some adjustment to it, but in theory tanks will actually turn. That's doing it live in a nutshell. One of the main points in the era of save games is that positions of particles are saved. The night mode code? Yes, it is. This broke. Okay. That happens. So when you save a game and loaded up, all the explosions and visual effects of weapons will be restored to the exact same point when you saved. This has the additional benefit that it looks nicer, but also that it works properly, because it's somewhat integral to everything. And because that isn't enough, the current state of an animation of a unit will also be saved and loaded properly. So that means there is a lot. Hello. So I hope this is a working state. If I'm being honest, I did not test this before. And yeah, that just means that when you load a game, it's deterministic in the way, well, it didn't pause, but this unit was standing there firing properly, as it should be. That means the saving and loading does not give you a chance of it changing all the time. You can also see beautifully, this is an accident, but you can see it beautifully, the new firing VFX. So the visual effect of in this case, a musket ball. Yeah, small change, but it looks visually a lot more appealing. And when we start adding a handful more of these units, of course I can just cheat and have them fire as well, we can see the lovely effect in action. And that brings me lovely to the changes in regards to the sound system. This has also drastically changed in the way that you can notice it gets quieter and louder. This has now actually been I did that this week, and it has been a long time in the making, but it means that there is priority over sound, so some sounds will now drown out all the other sounds, and you won't hear them globally, and there will be no hard cutoff. There is a nice curve to it, and depending what weapon it is, so of course it's a cannon, it's gonna be louder than a musket. Yeah, the system is in. I'm tweaking the values at the moment. That is kind of how that is going, which means that the systems for the sound systems are getting a bit of an overhaul that was long waited. Yeah, I'm quite happy with the result, because it means that I'm not going to be deaf by the time I'm done with the game, because it's always so loud. And if it is too loud, you can just at all times go into the settings and tweak it, and then it'll be a lot quieter, as it should be for all settings, to be honest, for all sounds. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, of course, we have things like grouping, as it should be. We have a handful of formations that we can achieve. Honestly, line formation is just the best. I know that there is an enemy down here. That's just where I'm going to go and see if I can't defeat them. I'm fairly sure that I can, but let's put that to the test. And well, maybe I can't. That's a heck of a lot of enemy units. I did not expect that. Well, we kind of quickly lost, didn't we? But you can see the remains stay around for a little while before they despawn. So big battles will have quite the effect. Yeah, that is as much for this. And if I exit the skirmish, can end up back in here. It's broken. Brilliant. That's how things are. It is under heavy development at the end of the day. And, you know, we can take a look at some of the most developed units at the moment. We can rotate these units and have a nice close look at them.
Standing by.
Sometimes they will even talk to us, as things should be. We of course have planes in the game. They are a bit fiddly at the moment, but they'll be fixed relatively soon as well. And of course our lovely tanks and artillery. Most modern technology, flying cars. You know, they're trying to implement them, but struggling. Well, it's already implemented. It's that easy. I don't know why that happened, but that's how it is. And my personal favorite, the Whipper tank. It's just, yeah, it's just odd. But yeah, I do believe that's most of the changes in the past week and a half. For the most part, the game itself has already been in development for years now, so there is a lot of stuff in it, a lot of content. But the development will continue. The plan is for a weekly DevCast. There are several social media posts throughout the week and sporadic development streams. Yeah, so much for that, and I thank you very much for joining in.